Oscar, can you talk us through that quali session, how you found it?
I think probably quick at the wrong points of it, unfortunately. SQ1 and 2 felt good, and then SQ3 we tried something a bit different and went out much earlier and tried 2 laps, which I'm not sure was the best thing in the end, but I think it's something we need to have a look at. But I think the pace in the car is still very strong, and I'm still confident to fight from third tomorrow.
Yeah, and what did you find challenging about FP1? A lot of drivers found the tyre pressure such an issue, and the wind as well.
Yeah, it's been difficult. I think with the track surface, it's got a lot of grip, but it's very peaky, and I think it's been pretty tough all day to just keep on top of the car. And honestly, I think we did a good job of trying to tame it for sprint quali. Just maybe got the run plan a bit wrong. So it's been an interesting challenge. The grip's been a lot better than last season, which is nice. But I think there's some things we can do better tomorrow.
Yeah, some more learnings. All right, well, best of luck for tomorrow, Oscar.
Thank you. Cheers.
Lando, what happened out there? I thought you had a really good car. I didn't see your lap, so what happened? You backed out of it?
No, I made a mistake. I locked up in the last corner. We just struggled a bit more now. Just not quick enough, simply. Struggled a lot with the car. So, just our difficulties that we've been struggling with showed a lot more today. So, nothing more than that, honestly. Just too many mistakes, but just too difficult of a car to drive.
Were you struggling throughout practice as well? Was it something that came into qualifying and when the track ramped up?
No, I think just throughout the day we've been struggling a bit with the front locking and struggling a lot in the last corner with all the tailwind. So kind of a lot more aligned with Bahrain, say. Just a lot windier. When the wind's blowing, then we struggle a lot more. So I think both myself and Oscar struggled more. Clearly me more than him. Just pushing a bit hard to try and make up for not quite being quick enough.
How are you feeling about the rest of the weekend? Obviously it gets difficult, I know, because it's session after session, but can you recover something of these things that you can tweak to improve the front locking, for example, as the weekend goes on?
No, I mean, that's more me rather than the car. I can't make the car perfect, but no, this was me just trying to, again, like I said, just push a bit too much. So more just need to back off a little bit and not try push too much. I think the car's still good and in a good window. Maybe not good enough for pole, but we can definitely go forward.
All right, good luck for the rest of the weekend. Thanks, Andy.
So he says he didn't want to push too hard today, but he's going to have to do exactly that tomorrow. How much of a concern, Karun, is it for him that he just wasn't quite at one with the car today? Some instability, some front locking issues, that wind causing him some problems as well.
Yeah, he's talking about the snap, the locking here. This is what we was looking at, and he's gone off the track. And previously he saw the snap of oversteer. It sounds like he felt he was just overdriving it and looking for grip, which wasn't there. He was trying to sneak in the last couple of meters, whereas actually, if he did a tidy lap, he would have probably been in that fight. Because, we've got Piastri, Verstappen, Hamilton covered by less than a tenth. Piastri and Norris have been evenly matched, so you'd suspect if Lando didn't make those mistakes, he would have been in that fight as well. So, yeah, I think he's understood why he is where he is, which is, I think, the important thing going forward.
He compares this place to Bahrain, which is historically not a great place, ironically, for McLaren, given that their owners are from Bahrain. Is that going to be a concern for him going into this weekend? Because we certainly said that the warmer temperatures would suit them here in Shanghai.
No, I think he can tidy up bits of the lap. I think that last lap until that lock-up that Karun's just talked through looked pretty good. And, we can only predict where that would have left him on the grid. He is a bit fortunate in that this is sprint qualifying and there's less points on the board tomorrow for the sprint, and he will have got that straight in his head by proper qualifying on Saturday afternoon, so they'll have a go at doing it, and that's where the big points are on Sunday. So I think they'll feel like it's a good lesson to learn in that session. They might have learned it in a normal P2 anyway, and let's see, he'll go in quite aggressive, I imagine, tomorrow in the sprint, try and regain some of those points again. And
a quick word on Piastri. He has outqualified his teammate, hasn't done that for the last 8 Grand Prix full race qualifying. Crumbs of comfort for him?
I think he'll be pretty satisfied, really. As you said, I think Bernie mentioned there, the run plan wasn't in their favour in hindsight. So given that, he was only 800ths off. You know, it was the middle sector of the lap where what happens is if you've gone too early, you know, the track temperature's higher, you just don't have that grip underneath it. You can't commit. We watched Lewis's onboard. He's just got that little bit of extra grip for the front end in all those direction changes. The grip's there. These tyres, Pirelli, are incredibly sensitive. A couple of degrees of track temperature makes a big difference, and that's what we would have seen. So I think Oscar, if you look at it, his gap to Lewis was in that middle sector of the lap. That's where he was down, really. So I think he'll be pretty satisfied with that.
And I think the one thing to say, it's easy to be critical here, but that's their first proper lap in these conditions today on a soft tyre, you know. So this morning session, not that representative. Track still improved a lot. Temperatures changed a lot. So these guys have got one lap. McLaren give them 2 laps to do it on a soft tyre. You can see why they did it. But it's just to get those braking zones all right. Like, these guys are really up against it in that SQ3.
OK, so things not quite going McLaren's way today. The big story, though, of this afternoon here from Shanghai, Lewis Hamilton has put it on pole for the sprint, which is tomorrow morning. A big turnaround then in performance from him after what was a really frustrating, difficult weekend at Albert Park in Australia. Shanghai surprise indeed. More analysis next.
Nothing get it out there for sprint pole today. Just talk me through how frustrated you are, or is it still a good performance considering where you've been?
I'm very happy. Yeah, I mean, I do think that in the first practice we were quite a bit off. So I'm very happy to be on the front row, honestly. The lap was very good. It's always very tough when you go from a medium to a soft, you know, to nail the lap with no references. But yeah, I mean, of course, when you look at it, you know, like it was 18,000 something off pole, but I don't think we should have even been on the front row anyway. So I'm very happy to be second.
How many changes did you make to the car? Was it quite dramatic between practice and
Nothing
quality?
Dramatic, because I don't think the balance is massively off. We just, too slow, I would say.
Okay.
But this is good for us. It's a little motivation boost, I think, as well for everyone, that, you know, we keep nailing the laps. We keep trying to maximize everything that we got. And you need to do that as well, you know, at the same time when you're maybe struggling a little bit more for pace.
How much did you overperform then today, if you were so surprised to get the front row start?
Yeah, I mean, it's always very hard to say, but I was happy with what I was doing there in qualifying.
And what about tomorrow in the sprint? Do you think you've got a car to try and keep something? Because the McLarens didn't look as quick, did they, in that session as we thought they would be?
I think they looked very fast up until that last run. So I think it will be very hard to keep them behind. But hopefully it will be fun. Hopefully, you know, we are all, I wouldn't say close, but at least that we can race a bit around, you know. That would be nice for me.
Right, have fun tomorrow.
Right.
Thank you. Hey Liam, well obviously sorry to see you out of qualifying or sprint qualifying so early. What happened out there?
Just the second lap, I went off, so yeah, it's obviously a shame. I think from a starting point it wasn't too bad. The first lap was alright, and then we were just looking to build on there, but we stayed out to try cool the tyres on track, and to be honest, I really struggled to get the temps down starting the second lap, so basically we started too hot, and then through the lap I just struggled, and then it's frustrating.
Obviously this morning we saw you go off, maybe it was on your first flying lap. Did that put you on the back foot a little bit just as you're trying to find kind of the extreme to this car?
No, not that early in the session. It's obviously small things. It's really a shame, because I think honestly we started okay in quali, and first that wasn't amazing, but it was relatively okay. So it's to be out for something so sort of frustrating.
Based on that first lap, to give you a bit of hope that maybe you can pull it back a little bit as the weekend goes on.
For sure. I mean, we're definitely not. Our pace should be a lot further up than where we are. So giving hopefully, obviously we have tomorrow's sprint race to try and learn some stuff, and then the tomorrow's quali as well. Obviously, we want to do a better job on this.
Do that tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah, tough day for Liam Lawson. No Red Bull, finished last in Q1.
Hey Charles, summarise that quali session there for the sprint.
I've struggled on my side of the garage. From the beginning I felt like I was a step back compared to Lewis, and Lewis was just faster today. Struggled a lot in turn 1, 2, 3, which was more or less the same struggles I had last year, so that's a bit of a shame, but apart from that, everything was quite tight. So obviously it's a shame we start, but Lewis is on pole, and hopefully we can have a good race together tomorrow.
Yeah, how did you find FP1 with the challenging conditions and the tyre pressure?
Very difficult. Very difficult. We really struggled to put everything in the right window, but at the end of the day, it felt a little bit better in qualifying, but not where I wanted it to be. So still some work to be done for qualifying tomorrow. However, in the race, it's another story, and this we'll only see tomorrow.
Yeah, and how do you reset now, ready for tomorrow, based on those, trying to keep the tyres in the window?
Yeah, I mean, again, first we have a sprint race, which I think will be very tricky around here with the tyres. So we've got to focus on that, and then we'll see about qualifying later on.
But he's still smiling, as is Myberg. Well done to her today. That's shaping up to be a great F1 Academy weekend, isn't it? I mean, it's great to have the girls back, and the first of many races throughout the year on the F1 calendar.
Yeah, first weekend for them. Again, it's a tricky circuit. Again, they're dealing with the new tarmac conditions that we have here. So new drivers in that lineup as well, in that grid. So a lot going on for those. Let's see how it goes the rest of the weekend.
And a quick word on Charles, because he is still smiling, but you sense that he's like, I can't believe he's only gone and done it. Out-qualified me at the second race of the season.
He would have liked to have had a few more weekends without Lewis being the fly in his ointment. But listen, that's why...
In fairness, it's an easy one to slip into.
I know, it's been 12 years. But that's why Ferrari signed Lewis Hamilton. They signed him for all the star quality, but they also, most importantly, signed him to be delivering on track. And I think for Charles, it's a great challenge. Carlos was a great challenge, but Lewis, it's raising the bar again.
Okay, let's hear it from his old team. Indeed, Mercedes. You can say Mercedes now.
Mercedes.
It is Mercedes now. Let's hear it from George Russell first.
George, I heard you throughout that qualifying just talking about the tyres, how difficult you're having. One lap looked good, one lap didn't look good. Just talk me through how you're feeling right now.
Yeah, to be honest, pretty happy with the lap in Q3, well done to Lewis to get pole. That was a pretty great lap. I think P5 was where we were today. It was strange in Q2. At one moment I was outside the top 10, the next I jumped up to P2, and it didn't feel any different, to be honest. So, we always know it's a bit tricky with the tyres. And with the sprint race, you've only got so few laps. You've got to really nail it. And today we did okay. P5's not a bad place to start.
How are you feeling about the sprint tomorrow and the potential of the car? And also, when you get your second shot at quali, you feeling a bit more confident about that?
I think it can just go any way between the top couple of teams. It was a bit of a surprise with McLaren because they were flying in practice, flying in Q1 and Q2, and then at the end, Lewis and Max did a good job, and we were sort of right behind them as well. But I think we got a shot in the sprint. I think that could be quite an interesting race.
All right, have fun.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hey, Kimi, you were absolutely flying out there, really pushing the limit. Just talk me through how you felt about qualifying and where you ended up today.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking good. I think SQ2 was pretty tight, and I was feeling good with the car. But on soft, I really struggled in that first lap. Especially, I felt the grip was very poor. I think warm-up was not optimal on my side, and when I started the lap, the tires were too cold, and I really struggled during the whole lap, to be honest, to a strike grip. Still, better qualifying than Melbourne for sure, and we'll see what we can do tomorrow.
It feels like you've got much more confidence in the car, at least in the two sessions we've seen. Is that a fair reflection?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, on medium, I was feeling really good, to be honest. Especially lap 2, it was always... I was always able to find time. So, the feeling was good out there. But, shame that on soft didn't go as well.